When Donald Trump said, "Make America Great Again," what moment in time was he really pointing to? Was it the 1950s, when the economy was booming, the suburbs were growing, and yet not everyone was invited to the party? To many, that phrase echoes back to a time when Caucasian male authority went largely unchallenged. Social, political, and economic systems heavily favored one group while silencing everyone else. Segregated schools, Jim Crow laws, voter suppression, that was the greatness for some, but definitely not for all. But look around today. America is diverse, vocal, and not afraid to challenge the old order. That resistance didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of centuries of inequality finally reaching a boiling point. Movements like Black Lives Matter, women's marches, LGBTQ rights, they're all part of that pushback. Now here's something you don't hear about enough: birth rates. Specifically, the sharp decline in birth rates among white populations in the US and other Western countries. This isn't conspiracy theory or speculation. It's well documented by the CDC, Pew Research, you name it. And for some, this demographic shift brings fears that get wrapped up in political messaging, slogans like greatness and tradition. Behind the curtain, there's talk of replacement theory, anti-immigration rhetoric, and attempts to legislate who belongs. So, is the rise of these ideologies just a backlash to declining dominance? Or is it some kind of reaction to nature's own rebalancing act? Whatever your take, one thing's clear: we're witnessing a shift, not just in politics, but biologically and demographically. So when we ask, when was America great? Maybe the better question is, great for whom? What is this greatness trying to preserve or prevent? A closer look at reproduction, population control, and the politics of birth. As conversations around declining birth rates grow louder, so does the legislative push to restrict abortion. Coincidence or correlation? Historically, when non-white birth rates were high, population control was acceptable for Black people and other non-Caucasians or other people of color. Even sterilization campaigns and programs targeting the poor and Black and non-white people restricted healthcare. Abortion funding that specifically targeted these groups was somehow not a problem. But now, with white birth rates falling, abortion suddenly becomes a moral crisis. The shift isn't about life, it's about legacy. We're all descendants of Earth's oldest people. Variations happened as we adapted in many different ways, and for different reasons, not as separate species, but as responses to survival. Think of the Earth like a human body. It hosts life, the good and the bad. When balance is lost, the immune system reacts, similar to having a cold with symptoms causing fever, sweat, inflammation. Global warming might not be a punishment. Maybe it's Earth's immune system response to ecological imbalance, triggered by extractive systems that take more than they give. So what if the push to control women's bodies, the obsession with racial demographics, the denial of climate change? What if all of this is just a symptom of a system terrified of losing power? Maybe the future doesn't need to go back to anything. Maybe it needs to evolve, beyond dominance, beyond fear, and beyond the illusion of control. Part 3. Gaia Gods and Genetic Manipulation. Coming soon.